بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله الذي بنعمته تتم الصالحات والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم أغننا بالعلم وزينا بالحلم وأكرمنا بالتقوى وجملنا بالعافية. Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, kami mohon kepadamu dengan segala kerendahan diri sebagai hamba-Mu. Engkau indahkanlah akhlak kami, Engkau perbaikilah pergaulan antara kami, Engkau jadikanlah kami umat Islam yang menjadi teladan yang baik antara sekalian manusia. Engkau peliharalah kami dari penyakit lemah, malas, berfikiran dangkal dan buruk budi pekerti. Ya Rahman, Ya Wadud, Engkau bakilah keluarga kami, anak isteri kami, saudara mara kami, jiran tetangga kami dan seluruh mereka yang kami kasihi. Engkau jadikanlah kami umat yang mempunyai ketinggian akal dan budi, mempunyai minda yang unggul dalam menguruskan kehidupan ini dan menjadi teladan yang baik kepada manusia yang lain. Ya Allah, jadikanlah negeri Perlis ini sebagai negeri yang makmur, rakyatnya hebat, mantap, bermentaliti kelas pertama dalam tindakan, hidup bersih, bersatu padu dan dilimpahi berkat serta rahmat dari sisi-Mu. Engkau jauhkanlah kami dari bala dan kerosakan. Engkau tambahkanlah nikmat-Mu kepada kami. Engkau berikanlah kepada kami kebahagiaan hidup di dunia dan di hari akhirat. Ya Mujibas Sa'ilin, permudahkanlah urusan kami dalam menimba ilmu pengetahuan. Lapangkanlah dada dan terangkanlah hati kami untuk memahami isi pengajaran. Hiasilah diri kami dengan adab kesopanan. Muliakanlah kami dengan ketakwaan. Segarkanlah badan kami dengan kesihatan yang berpanjangan. Dan berkatilah hidup kami dengan keredaan-Mu. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من البرص والجنون والجذام ومن سيء الأسقام. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين.
For today, this is an English session, okay, CEFR SPM 2021. Alright, we are going to look at paper 2, specifically the writing paper, alright. The code would be 1119/2. Alright, now we are going to specifically again look at part 2. Now, if I recall, previously I did part 1. And then after that, I did part 3, okay? And then also Mr. Zahid touched on part 3 for a couple of times already. Right, now let me introduce myself first. Well, that's me if you haven't guessed. Alright, I'm Mr. Muhammad SHAFIQ bin Abdul Aziz. Obviously, I'm an English teacher. And I am currently teaching at SMK Mata Air Mulang Mata Air Perlis. Okay, now, if you guys are joining me today on Zoom platform, please look at the chat box and then there will be a link for you to click to fill in your attendance. Okay, if you guys are joining me on YouTube as well, look at the chat box and then click on the link and then please register for today's session. We are going for a very short break for you to fill in your registration and then we will be back after that.
Bring your A game.
Dunia pendidikan sudah berubah. Semuanya sudah berbeza. Kita tidak lagi boleh menggunakan cara lama. Snap telah melakukan satu game changer. Pengajaran dan pembelajaran akan menjadi lebih baik.
Setakat ini, Snap telah diperkenalkan di Sekolah Bangkok Perlis, Kolej Siasatan Melaka, Sekolah Menengah Sains Tata dan sekolah-sekolah di negeri Perlis. Analisis penggunaan menunjukkan peningkatan dalam peratus murid menghantar tugasan sebanyak 76%. Tinjauan kami juga mendapati 80% guru dan murid bersetuju bahawa proses pengurusan tugasan sekolah menjadi lebih mudah dengan Snap.
Mudahnya guna Snap. Saya boleh bagi homework, marking, semua dalam Snap je. Siap boleh rekod dan analisis. Mudah saya nak hantar tugasan murid. Teknikal support pun ada kalau saya perlukan bantuan.
Based on my experience, Snap is the coolest app I've ever seen. We can play games while learning new things and even send our work with just a few clicks. In short, Snap makes my life easier.
Kelebihan menggunakan Snap, langganan tercuma, integrasi dengan Google Classroom, rekod dan analisis pencapaian, perincian gamifikasi, program ganjaran, serta 50% pendapatan hasil iklan akan disalurkan kepada pihak sekolah. Anda berminat? Entry sedia membantu. Snap, bring your A game.
All right, we're back. Just now, that was the Snap advertisement. Okay, so again, if you have not registered, please click on the link in the chat box for Zoom and also on YouTube. So without further ado, let's just continue with our session today. Okay, like I said, we are going to focus on part 2, which is the essay part. Okay, now let's just try to understand this part first. Okay, so first of all, part 2, it focuses on B1 CEFR level. Okay, as you must have already been familiar with, CEFR is the Common European Framework of Reference where we base your fluency on. Okay, so for this part right now, part 2, we are just looking for B1 level. Okay, what is B1? If you guys are in B1 level, you should be independent users who can produce simple connected text on topics which are familiar or of personal interest. Now, it's very easy, okay? So all you need to do is to be able to string a few sentences into a paragraph, and then that's it. You are a B user because you can string words into sentences, you can string sentences into paragraphs. Okay, now which are familiar or of personal interest. So basically, questions asked in this section is going to be the types of question that you guys are familiar with, like your everyday situation, how you use your money, what you spend your money on, where you go for holiday, and things like that. So basically, this question, okay, on in this section will be based on the 4 themes that we are studying, or you guys have studied, you guys are still studying in the CEFR format. These are the 4 themes. Okay, the first one is people and culture. So obviously, when you talk about people and culture, things like the celebrations and then festive season. What else? We talk about people, you know, like who you look up to, your idol. Okay, these are people and culture. And then when we talk about the theme health and environment, this is quite it's not just current, it's constant, okay, when we talk about health and environment. So at this moment, if we want to talk about environment, it's more on what's happening around the world, the global pandemic, okay. Another one, part 3, that requires you to write longer, about 250 to 300 words, okay? Right, so for this one, just bear in mind it's 125 to 150 words. So how many paragraphs? How many paragraphs? Okay, my suggestion, best if you have 5 paragraphs, okay? So obviously we are going to look at the question later. You need to have the first paragraph as the opening and introduction. The body, okay, will be the 3 requirements that you need to fulfill. Okay, that would be the content 1, content 2, content 3, paragraph 2, 3, 4, and then paragraph 5, the closing or the conclusion. Right, it's easy because if you write paragraph by paragraph, you will have your ideas very nicely written, okay? Now, let's go straight away and look at the question. Okay. All right, part 2. I think you can see the question there. All right. You must answer this question. Again, I want to stress on this one. When it says must, it means you are not given options. 1 and 2, choose 1 or choose 2. No, you have to write this. The only part that you guys are given options would be part 3. Out of 3, choose 1. But for part 1 and part 2, you have to answer all questions. Okay, so for this one, write your answer in 125 to 150 words in an appropriate style. Okay, so always pay attention to the question. if you bring in a highlighter during the exam, highlight important things in the question. Here it says appropriate style. What does it mean? This is an essay. When it says essay, you have to write in paragraphs, not in point form. Alright, and then the tone, okay, the mood, it should be very appropriate and it should relate to whatever that you are explaining, whatever that you are writing, whatever that you want people to understand from your writings. Okay, here comes the question. Your class has been discussing the types of social media platforms such as Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and your teacher has asked you to write an essay about your favorite social media platform. Okay, this is actually very close to almost all of us, even myself. Okay, because we do have at least an account on any social media platform, right? Okay, maybe some of you have accounts on all social media, some that we don't even know, but you do have account on that. Okay, so do share. All right, now what you need to understand from the question is that the type of social media platform is the stress part over there, and then examples are given: Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So what is it that you need to do? You need to write an essay about your favorite social media platform. Okay, I'm gonna box the word platform over there. Okay, because platform is those apps. Okay, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, the three given over there. All right, so question gave you 3, so you choose out of these 3. Okay, so here are the things that you need to do to write in the body. Okay, content 1, content 2, content 3. The first bullet there, it says which social media platform is your favorite. So you have to mention which one is your favorite. Okay, how? We will look at that later. You don't just mention. There's a few more things that you need to do. Okay, and then you give reasons. Question is very clear. Okay, reason. You see the word S, you see the letter S over there, so you cannot just give one. All right, best for you, because remember 125 to 150 words only, give 2 reasons. That should suffice. Okay, and then the third bullet there, what you use the platform for. Instagram, what do you use it for? Facebook, what do you use it for? I know it's social media platform, but you know, some people they use it for business, some people they use it to rekindle with lost friends and things like that. Okay, and see what we're going to do later when we write the essay. Okay, so last but not least, the question says write your essay using all the notes. Okay, so you have to use everything that's there, the 3 bullets there. Okay, the 3 bullets there, and then giving reasons for your point of view. Okay, point of view is the part where you give your reasons, and then you need to you give your reasons, and then you explain your point of view over there. Okay, so let's try and write the essay, but let's go paragraph by paragraph. Okay, we will sort of discuss and then get the ideas on what to write, then we go on and write. Okay, how to write the opening, the introduction. Alright, first thing first, what you need to do is to use the keywords in the questions, okay, the ones I highlighted earlier, okay, to help you write. Okay, just play with the words, you rephrase, you paraphrase those keywords in the question to make it into your introduction. Okay, so we have the words types of social media platform, the phrase, and then we have Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So make sure you have these in your opening later. Okay, so write about 30 words only. Yeah, I know it's very short, and this is definitely 100% doable to all of you. B1 level, so definitely very much doable. And then let's look at 3 ways on how to kick off our introduction. Okay, so I'm sharing 3. If you guys have your own preference, you know how to start an essay, that you know the technique that you are familiar with, that you want to keep on using, just go ahead and do that. Okay, all right, but I'm just sharing these 3 ways. If you want to get some ideas from this, no problem. The first one is stating facts, opinions. Okay, this is quite common. You just say what's on your mind, what you think of the question, or you state facts, okay, real facts that you know about things that you're talking about. Okay, and then use personal experience. Okay, this one is also very close to you, of personal interest. Just now we discussed, so it's easy for you to write, my sister is this, my brother is this, I am this and that, but related to the question through your personal experience. That is actually a lot better, because you speak for yourself. Okay, speaking from experience, that's better. Okay, and then the last one is describing. This is easy because you need to describe. Okay, you need to be able to use a lot of adjectives and verbs over here to make sure that people understand what you are describing. So I have come up with examples for these 3 ways. Let's look at the first one. Okay, stating facts or opinions. Okay, please don't mind my colorful slides. You know, I just love colorful things. I hope it does not interrupt you. Okay, it does not, what is the word? Distract you from focusing on the writings. Okay, so this is the first paragraph, the first way of writing it, which is stating facts or opinions. Nowadays, not having a social media account on any platform can be considered odd, or worse, orthodox, unless you are an elderly person. Am I right? What do you think? Do you think someone without a social media account is okay nowadays? Do you know anyone without any social media account? Don't mind elderly persons, okay? But your age, your friends. Any? None. I think none, okay? Because whatever it is, you must have at least one. Well, to get into at least, you know, Zoom or Google Meet, you use the Dilemma ID, okay? So you already have an account for that platform. So that is already social media platform, okay? All right, now, the word that we are going to discuss in this paragraph is orthodox, okay? So it's like you're very traditional. You keep the traditional way, like if you want to send message, you use smoke signal or pigeons. I'm just kidding, but that's orthodox, okay? So you don't go, you don't get updated to whatever that people are using nowadays. You want to stick to what's best for you, okay? All right, but I hope this is not. So here is the idea, the opinion that you are stating. So Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter are the examples of social media platform. Okay, so you gave the examples from the question earlier. You play with the words from the question earlier. The social media, the types of social media platform. Okay, so this is you stating your facts and opinions. All right. So over here we get about 34 words. That should be enough. Okay, it looks short, but remember it's enough. 125 to 150. Please pay attention to that. Okay, the second way of writing would be to write personal experience. Like I said, things that come from your heart, things that are very, very close to you. Okay, so here is the example. I was 8 years old when my sister helped me create an email account to sign up for a social media platform. Do you think this is acceptable? 8 years old to have a social media account? Who's
No.
that? Tengku Fikri. What do you think? Do you think it's acceptable to have an account on social media at 8 years old? Nope. Humaira says no. Okay. All right. Well, do you care to explain why? Not advisable. Okay. All right. So, not advisable according to Irfan. Okay, so that's what you think, okay, because this is personal experience, okay. I asked somebody and then this person told me from when he was in primary school, he already had social media accounts. So I gave 8, 9, 10 years old. So I put here 8 years old, okay, to sign up for a social media account. All right, maybe YouTube just to go and look at all the cartoons over there. Perhaps, okay? Since then, I have been an avid user of social media platform. Okay, this paragraph, this example, we are focusing on the word avid user. Okay, if you are an avid user, that means you are very enthusiastic about it. You do it again and again. It's like something that you keep on doing and doing and doing. Okay, so this is an avid user. If you are an avid reader, you read immensely, like non-stop. And you are an avid user, you use it non-stop. Okay, all right. How many words? Strangely, I didn't count, but when I used the when I typed it in Word, it totaled up to 34 as well. So that will work. Right. Let's look at the last one. Describing. Okay, so remember our keywords just now, the types of social media platform, and then we have Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. How do we describe this? Okay, so this is how I put it. Social media platforms are the applications that help the sharing of ideas, thoughts, and information through the virtual connections that users have. So it's very technical, you know, it's very factual even. All right, so you describe it. What is it? How does it work? So you describe here by saying that people can share their ideas, people can share their thoughts, and any kind of information through virtual connection. Virtual is whatever that you do online. Okay, so you have friends online, you see each other online, like us now on Zoom. That is virtual. Okay, so they can chat with others, share similar interests, and even find people. I like that part over there. We can find people. You can be a detective, you know. Well, because where recently Malaysians are known to be very good when it comes to doing things online, looking for this person, looking for that person, for whatever reason, okay, that I cannot mention. Okay, all right. Also 34 words, okay, so very simple, very easy to write the opening. Just as long as you get the words from the question, you play with the words, you rephrase, you paraphrase, and put it in your opening, in your first paragraph. Alright, so what to write in C1, C2, C3? Okay, the first bullet just now, oh, the tropical fruits over there in the picture. It's still very early in the morning. Alright, content one. Which social media platform is your favorite? So we need to talk about what we choose out of the 3 given. Okay. All right. Obviously, choose whether it's Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. Then explain your choice. Okay. Not in the longest sentences, but in a very short one. You choose Twitter because it's easy, because it's beneficial, because it's a famous app. Okay, as simple as that. Please do not try to elaborate. You are not asked to elaborate. Just say why you choose that social media platform. And then you elaborate the next sentence what the platform is all about. Perhaps you talk about its function, its origin, okay? So these are the things that you talk about, simple things, because remember, you need to write about 30 to 40 words as well. You cannot write longer than that, okay? If you want to write longer than that, then later it will exceed 200 words, and then it will be just very lengthy and wordy, okay? Now, about 30 to 40 words, that should be enough, okay? So remember, choose one of the three given, state why, elaborate in one sentence. That's all. Okay. For bullet 2, reasons for your choice. Okay, if you followed me from the very beginning, how many reasons would be alright? Anyone? Chu Jinzwan. Okay, if you followed me from the very beginning, I explained just now. How many reasons do we need? Or you can write if you don't want to talk. 2 or 3. Irfan says 3. Chu Jinzwan says 3. Okay, alright. Now, a lot of you said 3, yeah? Okay. Well, if you give 3, you might write longer than what you are expected to. 2 would suffice. Always remember 150 words. Okay, you are going to write at least 200 words. Okay, the longest you can go is 200. But if you give 3, when you give 3, you will give example, you will elaborate, so it would take more words and then it will be lengthy later. Okay, so just stick with 2. Okay, how to actually make sure you can write enough with only 2 reasons? You do this. Okay, in my previous session, I explained CEE, content, elaboration, example. So if you follow this CEE, trust me, you will have a lot to write. Okay, so let's look at the reason 1. Okay, the first reason. Remember CEE, content, elaboration, example. So for content, you talk about, you use this app to get updates from friends about their lives. Okay. Okay, I forgot to tell you because I chose Facebook. All right, I chose Facebook. So my content, my reason, to get updates from friends about their lives, and then my elaboration, because my friends, they live far from me. Okay, perhaps overseas, or just, well, even in Kuala Lumpur, that's far. Good. So you need to have social media account to interact with them, to know what's happening with them. Why is this important? Why is this very relatable to us? Because when we have a social media account, for the example there, you upload pictures, you upload videos, so it's like seeing you live. Okay, whatever that's happening to you, we can because you put up a lot of photos, and then we know, oh, you just celebrated your birthday, you just turned 17. Oh, that's so sweet, that's a huge cake. All right, even though you're not there, but you are celebrating with your friends. So these are the examples. Okay, now let's go for the second reason. Okay, this is just my preference, my examples. Okay, you might have your own. It's okay, it's just for the sake of discussion. All right. The content, well, to find people, or I explained earlier, I like it because you can find people using social media account. Facebook, if you just type in someone's name, if the person has an account and he uses his real name, well, it will be listed there, and then, oh my God, I lost contact with the person for like, I don't know how long, but I found him again on Facebook. But you know, sometimes you don't really have to go and look for the person, because why? They are suggested down there for you to add through your mutual friends. So wow, it's technology, honey, technology. Okay, sorry, I get a little bit excited. Okay, all right, now for the elaboration part, use mutual friends and details to track someone, yeah, like what I explained in my enthusiasm just now. Okay, and then for the example, to track down, you write down same school name, all right, the person's interest or jobs, and then voila, you get a list. Just look whether your friend is there or not. Okay, those are the two reasons. Okay, we will write this later, obviously. Now let's look at the third bullet. Okay, content 3. What you use the platform for. Okay, remember it's Facebook that I chose just now. Ooh, the flower looks good. Alright, so your personal idea, obviously, what you use it for, okay? Why you use the platform, just now I chose Facebook, and then I'm going to tell you later in the essay why I chose Facebook, my personal preference, okay? So what if my reason of using it is the same as the explanation earlier? It's okay, because that's your reason. It's not going to be a problem, okay? You can just state your personal idea, but then use different words to actually explain this. You don't really have to use the same one, all right? But what I'm saying is use different words, but the idea can be the same. It's not going to be a problem, okay? The first one, you are giving reason. This one, you are stating your personal idea. Okay, explain. I talked to you about explaining just now. This one, write about 30 words. Don't have to go longer. Spend paragraph 2, content 2, the two reasons just now, spend most words there. Okay, so for other paragraphs, about 30 to 40 words, that should work. All right. Okay, so the last one, remember, we have another paragraph. Okay, what paragraph is that? Anyone want to tell me? After we have had the opening, the introduction, and then the 3 requirements. Okay, so we already have 4. The last one, the 5th paragraph is for. Anyone on Zoom want to help me and give me the answer? Conclusion. Somebody said conclusion? Yes. Okay, conclusion and ending. Okay, very good. Okay, here we go. What do we write? Okay, easy. You just rephrase, you just paraphrase the keywords in the question again, all right? Because this has to be different from the introduction. Even though you are rephrasing the same keywords, but for ending, you are actually connecting all the 3 requirements that you did. Okay, all the 3 things that you discussed just now, you are tying them into one short paragraph. Okay. Conclude your ideas in simple words, okay? For you to conclude the 3 things that you mentioned plus the words in the paragraph. First, just now, we have the word social media, all right? So your idea there, looking for, to look for people, and then the other one is so that you can get updated with your friends, okay? So keeping in touch. That's the key word that we came down to, and then it is important, okay? Write about 30 words as well. Okay, so we are actually ready to write. Okay, I like writing with you guys because we can have a complete one essay in this session instead of just giving you ideas for you to write on your own. That will do as well, but if we write together, at least you see, oh, this is how it goes, this is how it goes, we have to do this, we have to do that. Okay, if you have question, ask. Okay, I'm here to answer, okay, if I can. Right, now, let's write. Okay, first paragraph, I gave you 3 examples just now. I want to use one of those, okay? So I chose stating opinions or facts, okay? Nowadays, not having a social media account on any platform can be considered odd. Odd is weird. Oh, I forgot to mention earlier, okay? Weird or peculiar, okay? Can be considered odd or worse, orthodox. Remember the word orthodox just now? Very traditional, like the smoke signal and pigeons. But obviously we don't do that anymore, okay? Unless you are an elderly person, okay? Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter are the examples of social media platform. Bam! First paragraph, settled. Second paragraph. Okay, in second paragraph, remember, we need to mention what is it that we have chosen. So I've chosen Facebook. See what I write about Facebook. Frankly speaking, all right, that is something for you to start your writing. It's not that formal, it's not that informal, it's in the middle. Okay, frankly speaking, when do you need to use this sequence connectors? If you want to introduce your idea, if you want to state your opinion, you say, frankly speaking, I think, so frankly speaking, okay? You speak frankly, honestly, from your heart, whatever that you think, okay? So, frankly speaking, you can jot that down if you have not heard of it, and if you want to try and use it, okay? Frankly speaking, although I use a lot of online platforms, my favorite is Facebook. Alright, I just want to say Facebook, but I state it from the deepest feeling of mine, frankly speaking, that I choose Facebook. So the sentence gets a little bit longer. It is my first social media account. So that's my why. Why Facebook? Because that's my first social media account. For your information, Facebook was created and developed by Mark Zuckerberg. He's very famous, right? Mark Zuckerberg, for people to keep in touch with their loved ones and friends. That's my elaboration. Okay, so very simple, very concise, and this is actually nice, and you should be able to do something like this. Always remember the level is B1, so we are not really looking for super bombastic words. Okay, it's enough for you to string words into sentences and to string sentences into text. Okay, that's all that you need to do. Okay, for paragraph 3. Okay, remember this is like another paragraph that one paragraph that you need to pay attention, where you need to write a little bit longer because you have two reasons here, okay, to elaborate, right? Firstly, Facebook helps people to get in touch virtually, okay? Keep updated just now, to get in touch virtually, right? Because you are not meeting your friend face to face, just virtually. People who live far from us can share their special moments, such as pictures, by posting them on Facebook. Remember the CEE, the content just now I mentioned, keep in touch, okay? And then the elaboration, people who live far. And then our example, they can share special moments such as pictures, okay? Done. QED, question easily done. Oh, not yet, just that part. Okay, secondly, the second, what was that just now? The second reason. Okay, one more thing that I want you to pay attention is, you see, I use firstly, I use secondly, just now I use frankly speaking. So you need to have these sequence connectors. You need to have these linking words. For you to be able to string these sentences into complete text, you need this, okay, to connect idea to another one. All right, now, secondly, Facebook is helpful when it comes to finding a person. You want to find a long lost friend, you can use Facebook. Just example here, we can just type in some details such as name or alma mater. Okay, if this is a new word for you, please jot it down. Alma mater. Right, before I explain, anyone want to tell me what does alma mater mean? Anyone? What does it mean? I see Ui. Do you want to try and give me the answer? Or Hani Zidayu? Does anybody know? Has anyone heard the word before? Okay, now if you haven't, write it down, okay? Alma mater would be the institution that you studied at before, okay? So obviously now you guys are 17, so when you were in primary school, perhaps SK Kayang, okay? So that was my alma mater because I studied there before. So that's alma mater, okay? The institution, the place of study that you studied at before. previously. Okay, that's alma mater. All right, that could be a married. No, that is a married word. Okay, right. And we are able to find the person through mutual friends. Like I said, I explained a lot earlier, through mutual friends or the search engine. Write the details that you want, and then bam, you got the list. Look through the list if your friend is there. Okay, if not, find another details, write it down, you get it there. Okay, so again, content, elaboration, example, they are all in here. Okay, so QED for paragraph 3. Moving on to paragraph 4. Okay, it should be shorter than paragraph 3. Okay, personal use just now. Okay, so because it's asking for what do you use it for, use the linking personally, because personally it's you. Personally, I use Facebook to make friends online. Oh, to get to know people online. Do I really use it for that? Just to connect with my long lost friends, but you know, some new friends too. Okay, it is fun because my friends from overseas can see my post about places in our country and I can see theirs. It's vice versa. Okay, it's very reciprocal over there. Sometimes we chat using Facebook Messenger too, right? So that's another thing that you can explain. Okay, and then last but not least, paragraph 5. Short, don't write it long. Okay, to conclude, use overall as a conclusion, to put it in a nutshell. Okay, so whatever that works for you. Okay, the longer ones work, the shorter ones work. Okay, whatever that works for you. But here I just want to use overall. Okay, overall I can say that having an account on any social media platform in this age is a necessity. It is a necessity, right? You need it necessarily for you to have it. Okay, it is a necessity because it helps connect us to the world. Okay, I change it at the end, not just people, but to the world. For example, if you have a Twitter account, okay, what is happening around the world will be retweeted, and then you will get the information in the blink of an eye, like literally in the blink of an eye. You blink and tada, you get the info if somebody retweets it. As easy as that. So you get connected to the world through social media. That is why it is a necessity nowadays. Okay. Right. We're done. Are we? Yes. But let's see if we totally covered what we were supposed to today. Did we answer the question? So talking about the content, okay, of our essay, we talk about the social media platform. Okay, Facebook we chose, and then we gave 2 reasons, and also we stated our personal idea why we use what we use Facebook for. Okay, and then communicative achievement. Okay, I'm doing this part according to the marking rubric. Okay, if you remember, in your previous exam, when you got your paper back, the teachers wrote C-A-O-L. These are the things that I'm discussing now. C is the content, whether or not you cover the whole thing that you need to cover. And then communicative achievement here, whether or not we as readers get what you're trying to say. Is your message sent across? Okay, so over here, we use the right tone because it's an essay, okay, personal one. And then we wrote in paragraphs. We gave an introduction, we gave a conclusion, straightforward ideas, easy to understand. So I'd say for communicative achievement, we nailed it. Okay, what about organization? Okay, the organization part is where you use a lot of linking words, okay? sequence connectors to connect sentences, to connect paragraphs. Okay, so did we use all of this? We use, okay, we use the word nowadays, we use frankly speaking, firstly, secondly, overall, sometimes. Okay, so your ideas are well organized because you have these linking words. Okay, and then they are coherent. Okay, from top to bottom. Okay, last but not least, pay attention to language as well. Okay, so we use simple everyday vocabulary up there, you see, straightforward. So simple everyday vocabulary, people can understand. And then perhaps we did use 2 merit words. If you could find more, use more. Okay, the first one we had orthodox just now, traditional, and then alma mater, the institution that you studied at previously. Alright, so we also have the combination of simple and complex sentences. Okay, if you want to know more on this part, simple, complex, compound sentences, you can check out my previous video on Perlis Online Teaching YouTube channel, which is the SSTP YouTube channel. I talked about this for 1 hour. Okay, so it might help you. Alright, so for this one, we have the combination of simple and complex sentences because we use conjunctions like because, who. Alright, these are the conjunctions we use to connect these 2 ideas. Okay, so did we? Yes, we did, people. We did answer the question. QED, question easily done. Okay, we did our part together. And I want you to do your part on your own, and then you submit this to your respective English teacher and see what they will award you for this essay. So for our enrichment exercise today, I'm going to give you the question. Here it is. Sorry about the animation. It will go to normal in a while. Okay, but you can still read the text over there. It's going to be okay. Alright, so as always, you must answer this question about 125 to 150 words in an appropriate style. Okay, so this is the question. Your class has been discussing how they spend their weekend, and your teacher has asked you to write an essay about what you would do on your weekend. Easy, alright? So again, this part here, the keyword, how they spend their weekend. And what is it that you need to do? Write an essay about what you would do on your own weekend, alright? So the 3 bullet, these 3, please remember, use them all because they are the body of your essay, okay? And then the last one is the conclusion part. So here for the body, requirement 1, what you would like to do. The second one, reasons for your choice. Again, remember 2 reasons would suffice. And then the last one, where you do your activity. Okay, so if you follow how we wrote the essay just now, I can guarantee you can finish this in less than 40 minutes, in less than 30 minutes even. Okay. Alright, so remember, these are the things that you need to do in your essay. Okay, the first one, make sure you have 5 paragraphs. Okay, I'm not gonna repeat this part because we have already discussed. Just remember 5 paragraphs, and then choose your activity to do on your weekend because that's what you need to do in C1. Give 2 reasons for the choice, that is C2. And then state where you do this activity personally. Remember just now, personally. Alright? And then use a lot of linking words and sequence connectors to connect ideas, to connect sentences, to connect paragraphs. Appropriate closing. You need to have a closing. Okay? So write about 125 to 150 words. So what if I exceeded and I write about 200, 220 words? No problem, honey. You don't have to worry about that, okay? The reason why I'm stressing on this one is that I just want you to be able to finish answering the question. But if you exceed the word limit, it's not going to be a problem. It's okay. But don't go for 500 words. 200, It's still fine. It is still fine. Okay. All right. So that's the thing that you need to do. Okay. This is the question. In case you haven't seen it, you didn't get the time to check out the question, please screenshot this, okay, so that you can use it to write the essay later. All right. This is just to help you. And I'm done. That's from me today. Okay. Just one last word. Okay. I found this online. Don't know who wrote this. It says, stressed is dessert spelled backwards. In a way, it's true, okay? Which means if you are very stressful, if you are stressed out nowadays, go get desserts, okay? But don't get too high on this thing, okay? Just like at least once a day, not every single time you're gonna have to put the macarons in your mouth, chew and swallow. You don't have to do that, but you know, sweet tooth. Why not? Okay. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that I've shared something with you guys today. And then if you have any questions regarding what we discussed, you can further ask your English teacher. All right. So I will see you guys again if the opportunity knocks on my door again on Perlis online teaching session next time. So I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Thank you. Goodbye. Have a nice day. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you.